G'day, legends. Good morning, good morning. How are we, boys? What's up, Chris? First one in the house, as always, mate. Nacho, what's up, brother? Let me move that microphone out of the way. That's still turned up nice and loud. Timmy, what's up? You're banned from commenting apart from on the live stream. Why, mate? Why? I have not. YouTube, although I have noticed that YouTube in the comment sections has been very pushy lately. Very pushy. Even myself got a strike in the YouTube comment sections because someone was saying that the Colby Covington stoppage was fair, and I was like, they can plastic surgery a new eyelid onto him. Take a piece of his ass cheek, take the skin, put it on his eyelid. YouTube were like, no, that's hate speech. You can't say that about Colby Covington. So yeah, what are you gonna do? How are we, boys? What's up? Raquel Pennington raid. Oh, Frankie. Hey, Frankie, 1,000 subs, mate. We did it, boys. 1,000 subs over at Frankie Fight Nights. That's good, man. What's good? Guys, if you're listening back to this stream in a bit of a podcast form, please remember to leave a like on it as well. And that's it. That's what's going on. How did everyone enjoy Usyk versus Fury? I caught the end of it while I was setting things up on the back end. We have got a super fun stream set up for today. We are going to be voting on the new channel emojis. I'm thinking if enough people don't rock up to this, I will leave the very final vote between the two top picks up in the communities tab for the members to vote on for 24 hours, because the members really should be voting on their own emoji. And this is how last time the members just pushed it through the door that it was not going to be Alexa Grasso's feat. And then the second thing that we're going to do today for the tier list, a bit of fun, rather than ranking every single UFC card of the year, which I've been doing all week, and let's face it, is kind of a dead tier. It's a bit boring. The tier list sucks, okay? I think what we're going to be doing instead is making a tier list of every single, not every single robbery, the worst robberies of 2024. So I think that's the tier list that I'm going to be going for today. So, a couple of things to get on with in today's stream. But what's been up, Chris? What's been up, Nacho? How are you guys? How did you enjoy the boxing fight? I'm assuming that you all watched it. I saw people popping off down in the Discord during the fight. What's up, Frankie? How are you, brother? How are you, Steve Spartos? What's good, mate? What's good? How was your stream, Frankie? How did you enjoy the boxing fight, mate? I saw that you were watching it live. Let us get the tier list ready to go. It was wank. You didn't like it at all? Posting scripture to prove that it's satanic. Repeat every 24 hours. Dougie, did you ever get those pics Those pics I'm not sure what you mean by pics Timmy. Don't know what you're talking about there. Girl, I got, okay. All right, Kenny, what's up, mate? Please leave a like. Super Shotgun. Fight Night Frankie raid. Let's go. Let's go, Fight Night Frankie. Good stuff. Where did you get those stadium-sized shirts? What are you talking about, Snifferthan? What are you talking about? Adding the fight nights made it a shit. It did. It ruined it. It ruined it. Cage's fault. I was bored. Right decision. Fair enough. Oh, what's up, Julian Arenti, not verbal taps. How are you, man? Thank you for becoming a member of the channel. I really appreciate it, dude. What's going on, Anakin? How are you, man? Did you just wake up? I did. The decision was shit? Yeah, fair enough. It didn't look like the most exciting fight. I haven't frozen. I'm figuring this out. Yes, boys! Frankie's Corner raid? Absolutely love it. Frankie's Corner. Here we go. Here are some massive robberies of the year. This is the tier list that we're going to be putting together today. We're going to be figuring out these robberies. Who actually won them? Who didn't win them? What was a robbery? What wasn't a robbery? What's up, Western Mass? How are you, dude? Could you please leave a like on your way in, Weston? I would appreciate it. And you, Anakin, if you could please leave a like. I'm doing great, Doug. How have you been? I've been good, man. I've been good. Keeping up with the content, enjoying the Christmas break. It started yesterday. It's been good. What's up, Cayman? How are you, man? Volkov robbery, gone with that annoying punchable smile. We are live. First comment. Get mugged, Giuliano Algente. They are Western 5 months deep, mate. 5 months deep. That is a damn good. Let's start off with a super controversial one, shall we, boys? Sean Strickland versus Dricus Duplessis. Big Dricus Duplessis. BDDP versus Sean Free Speech. Don't say that. Strickland won. Let's have a look at this one and see where this goes on the tier list. Frekretinov versus Lille and Garn versus Volkov are both A-tier absolute robberies. Cheers for being based with the membership, boys. So a few people are in here now. We got 8 people in here now. So, actually, I think we can get Randy Vaughan versus Brian Battle. Ooh, we should put that one on here. We absolutely should. I'm going to need a notepad because I know you guys are going to throw up some suggestions. Hang on, let me get my bloody notepad up, mate. Although I don't know if that was too much of a robbery, to be honest. We'll see. I don't know if that one was too much of a robbery. This fight was close. Yeah, so I was thinking about this as I was putting the tier list together, Cayman. I was actually, while we got a few... No, how many members we got in here? Not too many members. Some of the biggest robberies are WMMA fights. Yes, Steve, but we don't follow WMMA on this channel. Only MMA on this channel is what we do, mate. So, they're going to be unacknowledged. This one, I don't think this was a robbery at all. We went back and forth over this massively over the entire year. I know chat had a lot to say about this fight. I remember we went through an entire week where we just kept re-watching this fight in the Discord. And the more that I've thought about it, the more that I do think once you actually read the rules of MMA, it's pretty clear that the striking... wow, I'm impressed. Thank you, Steve. I appreciate it, mate. It's pretty clear that the striking looked fairly even on the feet. And when the striking looks fairly even on the feet, then you got to go to the second scoring criteria, which is aggressiveness. This wasn't a robbery at all. Drickus won. Exactly, Nacho. This goes to aggressiveness. This... Just to show you guys what we're talking about, what are we doing here? We're doing the robberies of the year, mate. We're doing the biggest robberies in the UFC this year. My finger hurts from all that finger bashing. Do not stop, Aussie. It's great for the engagement. It pushes the stream out there. Leave a like as well. DDP also blocked a lot of the jabs with his open hands. Yep, this is going all the way down here. Just to give you an idea of this sort of a tier list... What's up, Jamie Wink? I missed another Frankie stream. Well, that's all right, Jamie Wink. You're on a Dougie's Corner stream, the Aussie brother channel to Fight Nights with Frankie. I remember thinking that Strickland won at 3-2 at the time, but I haven't watched it since. Either way, it was razor close. Thank you, Frankie. I appreciate it, man. If you could leave a like on this stream as well, that would be awesome as well, man. Literally exactly my thoughts. Yep. So when you actually look at the fight in its entirety, properly, you do sort of realize that this wasn't a robbery. This wasn't a robbery at all. This is an F-tier level robbery. This goes all the way down here at the bottom F-tier. This fight was meant to go the way that it went. This is what I mean by robberies when we do this ranking, right? This is what I'm saying when we're doing this ranking. Now, the next one up that I did want to talk about while we're getting into the big dog stuff is... Sean O'Malley versus Merab Dvalishvili. Sean O'Malley versus Merab Dvalishvili. This fight was a robbery. It was. Sean O'Malley clearly won the first round. Sean O'Malley clearly won the 5th round. And it all comes down... O'Malley got robbed of his logical thinking afterwards. O'Malley got dog walked. No. This one was a robbery, right? Ridiculous to put a Sally in here. No. This one is absolutely a robbery, Shotgun. Absolutely a robbery. Because when you look at the 3rd round, which is where everything lives and dies, you're mad, Dougie. Merab won clearly. No. Yes, thank you, Chess2RK. Yes. O'Malley 1, 3, and 5 on damage. Are you Sally's publicist? Dougie, I can't believe you're one of those O'Malley got robbed guy. Sniff, watch the third round. Watch the third round. I agree, O'Malley did more damage. Thank you, Anakin. I appreciate it, man. Drickus lost on damage, in my opinion. It was a razor close fight, but I do think Drickus deserved to win with the forward pressure. If O'Malley won this fight, then Leon beat Bilal. Is Leon versus Bilal on your list? No, that one wasn't a robbery, shotgun. That one wasn't a robbery. This one was a robbery because it all comes down to the third round. I don't know if O'Malley got robbed, man. It was like he destroyed... No. Dude, so, this is what I'm saying. Hey, Aussie. Thank you, Timmy, for the 10 gifted membership, mate. Oh, I appreciate it, dude. Ratio, William, MB, Tree Hunter. Chess says, O'Malley looked like he went... Thank you, Tim, so much for the $10, by the way, dude. I really appreciate it. That's a massive donation. That's an awesome dono to kick off the stream that we're going to do today, man. Thank you so much for the $10, man. I really appreciate it. Bloody Timmy with that big old gifter. How do we like it? Let me read your chats. They got lost in Timmy's massive donation. Thank you so much for the dono, mate. I do appreciate it. If O'Malley got robbed, why did he look accepting of the decision after it was called? No outrage or whatever because he knew. You can't put it on the fighter, right? We've got to judge the judges on how well they did judging this fight, and they did horrendously at judging this fight because they judged the third round wrong, and it all comes down to the third round, Snifferthan. O'Malley looked like he went for a run, took no damage whatsoever. What metric did Merab win? Literally just the control time. That's all that he won. Sean won barely one round. That round being the fifth round. No, he won the first round. He won the fifth round, and he won the third round on damage. Bloody Timmy with the gift sour. What's up, Blueprint? How are you, man? My guy Usyk just won me some money again. Nice work, Timmy. Nice work, mate. Could you please hit like as you jump onto the stream, mate? I'd appreciate it a lot. Blueprint, I'd appreciate it a lot. Well done on winning the money, man. Damage trumps pressure, you drywalling cunt, says Western Mass Climber. 13 minutes into the stream, so we can swear, which is great. Yes, that's plan A on the scoring criteria. But plan B on the scoring criteria is to look for aggressiveness if the striking and the damage looks even. And it did look even during the Drickus Duplessis and Sean Strickland fight, mate. Leon versus Bilal was definitely closer than Sean versus Merab. Disagree, Nacho. Massively. Leon only had success really in like the third and the fifth. Didn't have a lot of success in the first. I don't know. Maybe. We'll think about it. It's damage-based scoring criteria. It is. That's plan A until plan A fails. Then you go to plan B. Keep that conviction. I keep supporting. Thank you, Timmy. I appreciate it, man. This Merab was a robbery. This was a robbery, TCW. How are you, man? I hope you're doing good, dude. I had Usyk by a unanimous decision, but told people he would win win by round 11 KO. Okay, nice one. Bilal dumped Leon and he said that wasn't a robbery. True. Hey, TCW. A little-known clause in the unified rule stipulates that smudging is valid above all else. Tell that to Mario Batista, Mr. B. Looks like we have a lot of members in here. So we'll start with the voting. Hang on, because today is... Holy shit! Giuliano Argenti. Thank you for the $50, mate. I am quite literally rendered speechless. Merry Christmas, mate. Thank you so much for the $50. Giuliano Argenti says, cheers, bro. Figured I'd pay my respects. To No Chill, Frankie Musical, and everyone. You're an OG, but you got worms in your brain on Strickland Duplessis, Merab and O'Malley, especially O'Malley, bro. Come on. Tim Welch worked the robbery train. He did. You know, I just didn't see a double leg coming. I never thought he would throw a double leg. Could you imagine a wrestler throwing a double leg? Unbelievable tactics. Dude, thank you so much for the $50, man. I really appreciate it. That's a massive amount of money. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Let me read everyone's chats. Little known clause in the unified rule. I agree with Weston entirely. Hang on, we're going to be... One second. Canva. All right, cool. Because it is new emoji day as well. Oh, no. This is badness. Oh, there we go. All right, cool. New emoji day as well. So we're going to be voting on the emojis as well today, chat. There we go. Now, let me read everyone's chat. Don't flip-flop. You yourself think Strickland won round 2 more on damage. I've thought about it more, Tony. How are you, brother? Good to see you, man. I hope you're doing good today. I've changed my mind. Do the rules say exactly how even the damage has to be before you move to the next score? Literally just visually even for the judges who are sitting on the side of the cage, Stevie boy. It seems subjective because one judge could say the damage was roughly the same and move on to the next criteria, and another could give it to that one and barely edge it to the It is literally subjective, bro. It really is, man. Yeah. Yeah. Someone just threw you $50. Crazy, mate. $50? Crazy. Crazy. We love it. Robbery of the year is Volkov versus Gun. Miguel, we're going to get to that. Giuliano, totally agree on all of it. All fucking Chads, and Dougie is the mad one. Thank you, man. Dougie, just act like you've done it before you get... Dougie, just act like you've done it before you get... What are we talking about with that one, Nacho? Dan, bro, you look like you had a long night at the bar. Why do I suddenly look old and tired? All right, boys. This one is for you. We're voting out one of the channel emojis, okay? We're starting a whole run of voting while people are here. We're going to be voting out one of the channel emojis. It's A, B, C, or D for which one to vote out. And then we'll get back to robberies of the year. A, B, or C. I'm going to leave this poll up. I'm going to keep this poll erect for about a minute. And then we're going to move on to the next one. So, you channel members, we're going to be voting for a new channel emoji, but we need to kick out one of the old channel emojis to do it. Juliana with the big donut. Merry Christmas, Dougie, and chat, and bloody happy holidays. Thank you so much, Nacho. I really, really appreciate it, man. I really, really appreciate it. Is that Herbert Burns? That is the GOAT Herbert Burns. It's currently one of the emojis right now. The GOAT Herbert Burns. How many people have voted on the poll? We got 6 votes on the poll. How many people are in here? We got 18 people in here, 13 likes. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Who is that with the goat horns? That's Herbert Burns. Herbert Burns is the GOAT of cardio. Mate, Herbert Burns is the GOAT for life, brother. Herbert Burns is the GOAT for life. All right, so it looks like it is pretty clearly going to be Herb Dean up against. Who is Herb Dean going to be up against? For which emoji is going to be kicked out. Okay, now, these are the second round of emojis. So, who is Herbert Burns going to be up against? Who's Herb Dean going to be up against for getting kicked out? Is it going to be Joe Rogan in a bathtub? Is it going to be Hamzat Chimaev eating Robert Whittaker's face? Or is it going to be Sad Volk against Herb Dean? Which one is going to get kicked out of those two? What's up, Lane? How are you, brother? We're doing a tier list today on the biggest robberies in the UFC in 2024. We're also going to be voting in a new channel emoji, which is what we're currently doing right now while we have 18 to 17 people in here. Right now, we're going to be picking between Hamzat Chimaev. How many people? 6 votes, 4 votes, 6 votes. All right, cool. Okay, now this is the final vote. It's pretty clear it's either Hamzat Chimaev. So this is the final vote for which emoji gets kicked. Which emoji gets kicked? Diddy, Herb Dean. Which emoji gets kicked? We can only have 2 emojis. Which one is going to be? Diddy, Herb Dean? Lane in the building. Loyal Rob fans. Yep. Can't we keep all the No, there's only room for so many emojis. Is there an emoji shortage somewhere else? Yeah, you can only have like 5. I think you can only have like 6 emojis on a channel of this size. So yeah, I can't have them all. It is what it is. Why do you have to eliminate? We just don't have the room. We just literally don't have the room for it. Where is Yog? I know, Yog's not here. Oh, it's close. It's close. Oh, it's 50-50, so I get to pick. Do we get one more vote? 9 votes? All right. It looks like the wolf eating Whittaker is going to be deleted from the channel. And now, boys and girls, the real question is, what is the new emoji that we bring in? What is the new emoji? Is it Now that the wolf eating the Robert Whittaker is being kicked. Is it A, confused Islam Makhachev? Is it B, Carlos Prates smoking a ciggy? Is it C, Alexa Grasso's feet? Or is it going to be D, confused Chael Sonnen taking fans' phone calls for an hour long? Which one is it going to be? Why is there feet? It's in chat joke. Yog makes it onto every single stream usually, talking about Alexa Grasso's feet non-stop. We don't need reminding of cum shots fluke. What's it, the feet emoji? It's got to be special Islam Makhachev. Grasso feet emoji coming soon, please. Yog, you need to show yourself. I think we're going to leave this up for a little bit. We'll leave this up for a little bit while we I think we'll leave this up for a little bit while we do the tier list. Maybe we'll leave this up for like 10 minutes while we do the tier list. What do we reckon, chat? I think that's probably a good idea, yeah? Let's go over and do that. Let's continue on to do the tier list, and we'll leave that up for a little bit. Let me just get my shit back together. All right, cool. I voted for Carlos Prates' cigarette. Nice one. I want Makhachev's feet back. While we do this, I don't even know what I said anymore, Weston. Right. Sean O'Malley versus Merab Dvalishvili while the voting continues for A, B, C, or D. This is an A-tier robbery to me. And I'll tell you why, chat. I'll tell you why this is an A-tier robbery to me. Because it's ruined Sean O'Malley's legacy. Everyone thinks that him now making it to the title was a little bit of a fluke. I'm smoking cigs. Do it, Weston. Have a dart, mate. Enjoy yourself. Now we have Merab, the constantly crash out king, as a goddamn... I don't know what's even the right way to put this. Damn, your brother is a freak, Dougie. He wants the Islam feed emoji. Yeah, he's a nasty, nasty boy. And thank you, Giuliano Ahenti, for the $50 as well, mate. Just by the way. Craziness. This is going as an A-tier robbery. Ruined Sean O'Malley's career. Made Merab Dvalishvili the champ. Means that we have to put up with Merab's rants for another pay-per-view and another press conference. You know, the whole, I want to make happy. I want to be happy, brother. I train hard. I want to do good things. It's an absolute goddamn farce. So, the Merab Dvalishvili, Sean O'Malley is an A-tier robbery for me. And that is where she will sit and stay. And twirl. Next one up. Merab getting an upset. Welch asked him what 2 plus 2 Merab getting upset because Tim Welch asked him what 2 plus 2 was hilarious. I know, right in the first round. Wouldn't 50 American dollars be like 100 Aussie dollars? It's a lot of fucking money. It means a lot. S tier robbery, bro. That wasn't. It was absolutely a robbery. Sean O'Malley making it to the title was absolutely a gift. He didn't beat a single ranked fighter. I poked Muniz in a fight he was losing and then skipped the entire queue. Robbed Yarn and got a title shot. Nah, that's too many facts, mate. I hate that. It's crazy to say that was a robbery. I'm definitely not just farming for engagement, Nacho. Dougie bowling out of control. Time for another shoey. Oh, I remember those days. Urseg 1, 2, 3, and 4. So easily rewatch it. There's no way this was a robbery. Urseg just sucks. Sean O'Malley had the most curated, babied path to the title of all time. God damn, dude. That's a hell of a statement, Shotgun. I don't, Uma, Alex Pereira. I think Alex Pereira got a title shot in like 4 fights. They put him in there with someone whose chin consistently stays in the air no matter what. Yeah, I don't know, man. O'Malley's legacy is fake anyway because Yarn beat him to O'Malley is a rooster and deserves it. The UFC machine used Tavoxton to cheat NK Ultra and you DDP. Okay, Timmy, thank you. What's up, Cheddarhead? How are you, man? Compare O'Malley's route to the title with Tony Ferguson. Oh, yeah, dude. That's, you can't say that. Like, you can compare anyone's route to the title against Tony Ferguson, and it looks bad, man. It looks bad. When is a shoey with malted butter and Pop-Tart pieces streamed? Good question, Christian Grey. I don't think this one was a robbery. Right? So, Steve Erceg, Alexandre Pantoja, I don't think this one was a robbery at all. I think this one was actually a fairly decided fight. I think we all knew going into the last round that it was 1-1 each, and Steve Erceg did throw himself into that takedown. I don't think that this is a robbery at all. I'm gonna put this all the way down there in like F tier. What do you mean, so you think that Steve Erceg won rounds 2, 3, and 4? On what basis, mate? Like, on what why should I not put this in F tier? Damage? Hang on a second. Let's do something here. Pantoja versus Erceg. Because I've actually got the stats screen set up at the back here. I've watched it live and I thought Erceg won, even though I'm a Pantoja fan. 50-50 fight, I thought rewatch rounds 2 and 3. 50-50 fight, I thought Pants won, but Erceg did as well. I think Erceg screwed himself over. Yeah, we can do this. We can do this, chat. Check this out. Boom. We can actually bring up the stats per round as well. Let me read you chats. Michael Scott won that, but not a robbery. It wasn't a robbery, and I don't think Erceg won it either. I know Timmy's going to go hard on this one. Stephen Moonboy Erceg is just terrible, mate. He's not terrible, Aussie. Stop it, mate. I watched it live, and I thought Erceg won, even though I'm a Pantoja fan, from Stevie Spiros. Stevie Smith, that's such a wog name, dude. I love that. I don't know, dude. That last round still sticks in my head, man. Guru overreacted hard after that. That's what he does, man. Erceg shit the bed in the last round. What's up, Larry? How are you, man? Dougie, do you like turkey or ham for Christmas? Ham with all the crackling. Beautiful. Which emoji is letter A? Oh, right. We're going with, what am I doing here? The emojis, mate. The emojis. God damn it. Get out of the way, Ken. Get out of the way, Twitter. It's going to be between Confused Islam Makhachev, Carlos Prates smoking a cigarette, Alexa Grasso's feet as number C, and Chael Sonnen confused taking phone calls for an hour straight. These are the new friends that Herbert Burns sent us, son. These are the new friends that Herbert Burns sent us. This is what the vote is going on for. I'll leave it up for 5 more minutes, and then I will shut down the voting. But it does look like it is going to be Confused Islam Makhachev. Let us press on with the tier list, and let us also look at the stats for the fight against Erceg versus Pantoja. Ladies and gentlemen, you are now witnessing a modern-day mauled Aussie Serb of the male variety. What? Mandelaed Aussie Serb of the male variety. Hang on, Tim. I remember watching the fight with you about Steve Erceg versus Alexandre Pantoja, and we all thought Steve Erceg versus Pantoja went to Pantoja. Pretty much everyone on the stream thought that, man. Please, Timmy, what am I being Mandelaed about? Which one? The O'Malley versus Marab one, or the DDP versus Strickland one? Erceg only just because of that 5th round takedown attempt. Erceg only lost because of the 5th round takedown attempt casual, or Erceg only won it? Canadian maple ham is definitely top tier. I mean, of course it would be. Do you ever have goose for Christmas? I've never had goose in my entire life. Goose or geese. I've never had either one shotgun. Chael versus Anderson, still my favorite robbery. Chael won 4-1. Yeah, but he got submitted, didn't he? He got submitted. Yes, he only. Yeah, he lost. Yeah, he lost. He lost. He lost. I don't think anyone would think this one as a robbery, right? So round 1 went to Pantoja on damage. Round 2 went to Urseg. Round 3 went to Pantoja on damage. Round 4 went to Urseg, so we called it right. It was 2-2 going into the last round. And then Pantoja ended up getting more strikes, and Urseg threw that ridiculous takedown, giving Alexandre Pantoja a pretty clear win, I think. So when it actually comes to like the nitty gritty of, is this a robbery? Yes or no? I don't know if you can put this one in a robbery. I don't know if you could put this one as a robbery. You know? In fact, let's look at Strickland versus Duplessis. Because I bet if you break down the striking, Strickland versus Duplessis has probably got crazy stats. Yog, you made it, mate. How are you, dude? You got a vote, Yog. We've got 2 minutes left before the vote went. Yeah, you only lost. What are the options? I'll bring them up for you, Yog, because this is your bit. You're finally here. There you go, Yog. A is Confused Islam Makhachev. B is Carlos Prates smoking a ciggy. C is Alexa Grasso's feet, mate. You've made it. And D is Chael Sonnen confused for a week. No, Dougie, I never did with Urseg, mate. I don't think the chat did either. It was one of us, Mandela, bro. Is the chat the jury, so the jury's verdict? No, I mean, the chat, as we do these tier lists, as you know, mate, the chat are free to offer up any compelling argument to get me to change my mind. Thank you so much for the $20, Steve Spidos. I fucking appreciate it, man. Stevie Spidos, bro, thank you so much, dude. $1 for every one of Marab's IQ points. Thank you, mate. That's quite frankly too high. It should have been $1 if we're going per IQ point. But thank you so much. Thank you, Giuliano Agente, for the $50. Thank you, Timmy Boy, for the fucking $10 in donations. I appreciate it, mate. And thank you, Steve Spidos, for the $20, man. I really, really appreciate it, man. I'm back. Good on you, TCW. You've overpaid. You've absolutely overpaid, mate. If we're going with Marab's IQ points, you've absolutely overpaid. UFC statistics. I just want to bring this one up, boys. While we continue to argue, there's 1 minute left before the poll closes. There's 1 minute left before the poll closes, and it looks like Alexa Grasso's feet are pulling away with a bit of a robbery decision here. Alexa Grasso's feet seem to be pulling away massively here in the last minute as we get a new channel emoji. Alexa Grasso's feet are absolutely ripping away here with the massive poll numbers. It's looking good for Alexa Grasso's feet and the polls have closed. Alexa Grasso's feet is going to be the new channel emoji coming at the start of the stream at the next stream on Monday. Well done. Well done. Good on you. Good on you, Yog. You finally did it. You've got Alexa Grasso's feet as the emoji. How the fuck has the feet won? Welcome to the degeneracy of the internet, Aussie. Welcome to the absolute degeneracy of the internet. Let's move this one to the top. Let's move this one to the top and continue talking about it. Leia. I want to bring up the stats for this fight. I'm going to bring up the stats for this fight. We can argue about this one a little bit more. I'm asking the chat from their memory, who was Mandela, Timmy or Dougie? Nacho and Chris get 2 votes because they are here all the time. True. So, Nacho and Chris, how do you guys remember me calling the Urseg fight? Or how do you guys remember us talking about the Urseg fight? Yog is using bots to rig the election. I demand a recount. I think it's only fair that we allow the because is Yog a member? Where's Yog? Yog isn't a member. So I think it's only fair that I put up a poll in the community post and allow the members to vote for 24 hours between a confused Islam Makhachev and Alexa Grasso's feet to make sure that it's a proper democracy and the members themselves are voting for their own channel emoji. So at the end of this stream, we're going to do a poll in the members section of the channel for 24 hours between Alexa Grasso's feet and a confused Islam Makhachev. I don't believe in the Mandela effect. I think it's all done with 2 takes or photos. Could be. Although the Mandela effect could be 2 simultaneous universes crossing paths over each other and getting their electrons confused. Vegetables in the chat for Special Islam. Who give us this 5th, brother? We must check this. I think the chat thought Urseg won. Timmy will buy Yog a membership. Yeah, fuck him, he's not one of us. That's not fair. It's totally fair, Yog. You're not a member. Unless, Yog, you'd like to buy a membership. You can buy a membership right now. Okay, here we go. We're looking at Strickland versus Duplessis. We're going to be looking at the actual fight stats. Versus Sean Strickland versus Dricus Duplessis. I don't think Sean pushed even close enough to a finish to win. His strike percentage does make it a B tier worthy robbery. Let us have a look. Over the entire fight, significant strikes, Sean Strickland threw 173 to Dricus Duplessis 137. He's threw 42% significant strikes. Even Dana said he got robbed. Get rid of another emoji for Islam. Ooh, maybe have them both. Maybe. Round 1. Sean Strickland easily won the round on striking. Stay there, camera. Stay there, camera. Round 2, Dricus won on damage. Round 3 was 50-50. Round 4 was 50-50. Oh, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking. If the actual strike counts are 50-50, then the judges are clearly seeing things 50-50. And if the judges see things 50-50, then it has to go to plan B, which is aggressiveness and cage control, which Dricus won when he was doing all the pushing. When you look at the actual breakdown, round 2 was Dricus's, round 3 was 50-50, round 4 was 50-50. That is 3 rounds that are visually and statistically 50-50, and when you look at plan B of scoring criteria, you have to give the fight to Dricus. You have to give the fight to Dricus, which means it was not a robbery. This is 100% not a robbery of a fight. What's up, Bilal's good eye? How are you, man? Let me read. Get rid of another emoji for Islam Makhachev. We might, mate. We might. Yog, I was up 5k on this year from UFC punting, but finished on a nice one, Timmy. Beautiful, mate. How are you, Bilal's good eye? I hope you're enjoying your day off. That's why A Aussie said that. Fair is fair. Even Dana said he got right. Hey, Aussie doesn't know what he's talking about. I mean, it's not the kind we go for, but Strickland did get closer to ending that fight. Dricus's eye. Dricus never had Sean anywhere near a stoppage or a finish. I know, but dude, I'm just going off what the rules say. Larry. Problem is, his clean strikes having no power finishing attempts. If he just stick to a cross or a hook behind it on paper, no one could ever argue that he is attempting to finish. Yeah, with Sean Strickland. I feel like Sean Strickland just needs to push a little bit more, a little bit harder. Like he does at the end of a fight. If he does it at the end of every single round, he will get a win. Sean never had Dricus near a finish either. And also Sean had a super bad cut. Yeah, he did. True. Here's the fucking thing, you guys. You can't say Sean got robbed because of damage when he throws 90% gentle jabs to the gloves. Exactly. Mean, Mr. Bean. Jab and tape to fainting tape jabs does not look like a finishing attempt, so damage is low on his end. Yep. Can't wait till Belai's bad eye shows up. Oh my god, that'll be an epic moment. Epic moment in the channel's history. Right, next robbery to discuss. Now that we've put Steve Urseg versus Manel Cap to bed. You don't want to meet that guy. Ooh, that guy, he's a mean bastard. You don't want to meet. You don't want to meet Bilal's bad eye. Mario Bautista versus Jose Aldo. Now, this is one where it literally does come down to just control time, but I don't think the striking looked even. Now, when we're like talking about, we're talking about Pantoja versus Erteg, we're talking about DDP versus Sean Strickland. There's so much talk going on about striking looking even. To me, the striking didn't look even here at all. Done, Larry. You requested it. It's done. Chad, who did you think won the fight when the fight finished? Egg, or Pantoja? In my opinion, while I understand why the judges could have seen round 2 as a 50-50 or a 50-45 for Drickus, we saw how swollen Drickus' eye was when he stood back up for round 3. It would have been Sean's if he looked like that before. So it would have been, yeah. If DDP had looked that blown up and punched up, by the time the judges had actually handed their scorecards in, you're absolutely right, man. Let's bring up some stats for this one. Let's bring up some stats for Aldo versus Batista. Because I do think this one was a pretty massive robbery. It derailed Jose Aldo's entire career, to be honest. Like, you could make an argument that Jose Aldo should be fighting for a title, really. Or in contention to talk about fighting for a title. Jesus, round 1, Mario Batista pulled away. So these must have been the little patter strikes inside the clinch, yeah? This must have been them, right? Then round 2, Jose Aldo, and round 3, yeah, this one is a pretty big robbery. Whether or not someone's punches look like big shots doesn't determine how damaging they are. Getting them rocked, dropped, stunned, visible damage, etc. is what determines it. True. Where's Paradox when I need it? Yeah, dude, it looks like this is how I remember it going, dude. This is honestly how I remember it going, Timmy boy. I remember it like leaning towards Pantoja. And the moment that Usyk threw himself on bottom, everyone knew that that was the end of it and Usyk had given up the fight. This is an A-tier robbery. A-tier robbery. And I'm putting this one like well ahead of Sean O'Malley versus Marab. Because at least with this one, you have to argue. What's up, Toad? How are you, brother? At least with this one, you have to argue really harshly against the third round. And people still don't seem to believe or see what I was talking about when it comes to the third round. So this one is sort of like, all right, I can get why this isn't as disgusting as this one. But this one is, you've ripped off a legend. You've ruined his legacy. You've put Mario Batista further up the rankings. Yeah, that one's horrific. That one's going there. We got to start finding some middle tier robberies. We absolutely have to start finding some middle tier robberies. 50-50, this realm is whack. Where did we end up? 50-50? Man, this is how I remember it, Timmy. Also, Strickland's cut wasn't in a place that you would have gotten it stopped. No, it's too high up, wasn't it? My money is on Sean for the rematch, refinancing the mortgage. Dude, Sean Strickland is going to get destroyed in the rematch. I made a video about how Sean Strickland has got no chance of winning the rematch against Dricus du Plessis. Usually when I make a video like that, it's very, very heated in the comment section. Usually there's a lot of like back and forth arguing in the comment section. That was almost the most unanimous comment section I've ever seen. So many people are like, yeah, DDP is going to run through him. Absolutely run through him. It's kind of fucking surprising, man. Toad, save these Mandela who think Urseg didn't win. It's up to Toad. The poll is closed, mate. The poll is closed. I'm sorry, Timmy. The Pantoja-Urseg fight was weird because it's like if someone has done enough to win the round, but they make a low IQ decision at the end, we just take it from them. Yeah, but it wasn't just that, Larry, right? It wasn't just that. It was the fact that he had made the low IQ decision. Where is it? It's here. He made the low IQ decision. He made the low IQ decision that put him on bottom, and he was winning the round up into that point. And then he made the low IQ decision, ended up on bottom, and allowed Pantoja to start doing more and more damage to finish the round off, and he couldn't get out of that position. So it wasn't because like he was winning the entire round and then he did something dumb that we took the round away from him. It was the fact that he was winning the entire round, did something dumb, and then proceeded to get damaged on top of that. And that's how he ended up letting the round slip away from him. I think Sean will win too, but I want Dricus to win. I don't think Sean will win. Toad, you didn't get to vote. Also, you should have done more to get off the cage, to be honest. Aldo should have done more to get off the cage, to be honest, as much as I kind of hate to say. He should have, man, but even when you look at the striking, it wasn't like Batista was laying on a whole bunch of damage. And that's my big argument when it comes to... This is my big argument when it comes to like the damage-based scoring or the things need to look 50-50 to then go to like cage control and pushing someone up against the cage, right, Larry? Like the fight... How are you, Paradox the Chad? What's up, man? DDP will beat Strickland. You're absolutely right, dude. Mario Batista and Jose Aldo. The fight didn't look like visually close. So when Batista is pushing Aldo up against the cage, and you're right, Aldo didn't do enough to get himself out from around the cage. When it was in space, Aldo was clearly winning those rounds. Unlike the Sean Strickland Dricus du Plessis fight, where it looked very, very 50-50. I can't comment, Dougie, or I would have said above in your... I'm with you, Tim. Fair enough, dude. I can't believe they blocked your fucking commenting, man. That's so bullshit. I lost money on Urseg, but I thought it was pretty clear that he lost. Thank you, Nacho. Thank you. I'm pretty sure Pantoja didn't really do much of anything when he got on top of the end. Pretty much just held him down. I'm pretty sure he was laying some... Fuck, I don't remember exactly how that last one went. Aldo won. Holding should... Thank you, Anakin. I appreciate it, man. Holding shouldn't guarantee you a win. Unless there is literally nothing else to go off. Unless there is literally nothing else to go off. So this one is an A-tier robbery. And it is more of a robbery than Sean O'Malley versus Merab Dvalishvili. Because there's very few people who actually believe that Sean O'Malley read... There's very few people who have actually read the rules and know that Sean O'Malley beat Merab Dvalishvili. Now... Manel Cap. These bastards. Where are we at with this one? Bloody Muhammad Makayev and Manel Cap. Let me get the stats up for this one, boys. Because I reckon this one was an absolute bloody robbery, mate. Let's get some bloody stats up for this one, boys. Statistics are needed here. Aldo was robbed. Aldo was robbed. It's not made clear in the criteria, but I do think there should be some sort of guidelines on quality versus quantity, so to speak, of the kind or kinds of different factors. I mean, that's essentially what they mean by the word impact. Like, how much impact on the fight is that particular shot having? That's pretty much what they're going with. This was another robbery. I'm glad they cut him. He's boring as fuck. Yep. Cat was robbed something crazy here. How are you going to compare to Alexa Grasso's feat? I'm not Yog. I'm going to let the members vote on their own emoji after this stream. It's only fair, mate. It's democracy. Holy shit. Look at the significant strike count. Round one, Muhammad Makayev ran away with it. Round two, Makayev ran away with it. Round three, Makayev ran away with it. Man, Manel Cap didn't land anything in the last round. 3 strikes? All of them to the body. All of them to the body. Whereas Manel Cap was landing to the head. All of them to the leg. Ooh, at range. In the clinch. Why do we call this one such a horrible robbery? The control time was massive for Manel Cap. Why are we calling this such a robbery? Cap was robbed something crazy here. I get we're past Urseg Pantoja, but I watched round 3. Urseg split him open with a nasty elbow. Oh, no shit. I mean, I still don't know if we could put that one down as a robbery, especially when we broke down the stats so much. Makayev deserved the win. Cap didn't do much. He really didn't, Anakin. He really fucking didn't. Look at these numbers, man. Like, if fighter A just held fighter B down for 4.5 minutes, and then fighter B gets up and drops him, I say fighter B for sure. I agree with this, Larry. Yes. But if fighter A holds him down for 4 minutes, while they're on the feet, fighter B lands the... Sorry, okay, hang on. But if fighter A holds him down for 4 minutes throughout, and while they're on the feet, fighter B lands the better shots, but none are truly damaging, I think it comes down to an eye test, not simply answered by the stats. Yes, that is the exact reading of the rules, because again, the judges don't get the stats. So it is all based on an eye test, Larry. I agree. And you can the whole thing is, you're meant to be able to tell how hard a shot lands by how much visible damage it creates on the opposing fighter's body. And yeah, like, the paler the fighter, the more visible the damage is also going to look. But then you can also take into effect, like, does it hurt them? Do they wince? Do they get rocked back? Are they starting to breathe heavy? All that sort of goes into how bad a shot has landed on a fighter. Thank you, cheers. I fucking swear, man. People are thinking of a different reality. On this one, Timmy boy, on this fight, I thought it was damage-based scoring. It is damage-based scoring. The fight doesn't even deserve a relook. Throw it in the trash for what it is. Absolute disgrace after that press con. Yeah, it was a fucking boring as shit fight. They acted like they were going to go to an absolute Sean Strickland level war. They did not. Muhammad Makayev held down Manel Cap, and it looks like Manel Cap was pretty happy to just run away. This is not a robbery. This is not a robbery. At all. Now, while we're on the subject of Manel fucking Cap... let's talk about Manel Cap versus Alex Perez. Since we're still here on Manel Cap. Don't give a fuck. They both should have lost. Fair chess. Makayev owned Cap. Yeah, he did not the aim, bro. It's not a robbery. It's not a robbery. It's not going on our robberies tier list. I don't mean quantity versus quality of strikes. I meant like if one's striking is better, but not outstandingly so, then there's not much, and the other gets a ton of the lesser criteria of control. I don't mean the quality of the quantity of the strikes. I meant like if one striking is better, but not outstandingly so, and there's not much, and the other gets a ton, the lesser criteria of control. If fighter A held down fighter B for 4.5 minutes and then gets up and drops him, I'd say fighter B for sure. But if A holds him down for 4 minutes throughout while they're on the feet, B lands the better shots. And it's not the quality of the quantity of the strikes. It's like if one striking is better but not outstandingly so, then there's not much. The other gets a ton. The lesser criteria of control. What do you mean by the lesser criteria of control? What do you mean by that, Larry? Isn't damage-based scoring getting dominant positions like back mount as well as sub-attempts count? It's the damage-based scoring thing sort of got thrown to us because of Big John McCarthy. Like, actually in the rule set, it says impact. So impact could be strikes landed, but impact could also be submission attempts. It's what is having an impact on the fight itself is actually the way that it's written. And then Big John McCarthy went, it's damage-based, and everyone just sort of ran with that. Usyk beat up Pantoja as clearly as Sean beat up Drickus. Marab was going for temple shots, so the damage wasn't as clear. Usyk beat up Pantoja as clearly as Sean beat up Drickus. Okay, all right. Favorite Nickelback song, Dougie? Rockstar. Perez beat that fool. On paper, Roman DeLizzi robbed my goat, Anthony Smith. Dougie, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you, Snifferton. I'm proud of you. Why? I thought Usyk probably should have won against Pantoja. Okay, Cayman. There you go. There you go, Tim. Cayman's on your side. Also, quality versus quantity wasn't a great way to put it. I don't mean the hotter shots by quality. Oftentimes, the volume guy does more damage. Yeah, they just start to accumulate more, which is also, again, counter-narrative to the rules, Larry, because it does literally say in the rules, word for word, you've got to go with the most impact rather than the quantity of the shots. Like, it literally says the harder shot should be scored heavier than the person who's just throwing a lot of shots. What I've seen from damage-based controlling argument is just a cop-out. Either the fight is close or it's a valid argument. So what I keep trying to remind people of is you bring in the control time if the striking and the grappling looks about the same. Looks about the same. Which is why both Pantoja and Sean Strickland get into this problem. Because they both have very good striking, and Pantoja both with striking and grappling. And they fight to the level of their opponent. John Jones does the same thing. He fights to the level of his opponent, right? And whenever you're fighting to the level of your opponent, it's going to look visually the same. And if it looks visually the same, that is why you go down to the second scoring criteria, which is cage control. I love Larry and Tim, but these boys are both horribly wrong with these takes. We're arguing close fights. What an evil idea I came up with. What an evil idea I came up with today, Nacho. To purposefully put close fights on a tier list and start arguing about them. What sort of sick bastard would come up with that idea for a live stream? He's done it again, boys. Big John is the Don. He wrote the rules, sort of. He was there for the meeting of the rule sets, yeah. By lesser criteria, I just meant it's not the primary criteria we look at, but should we when it's the overwhelming amount of what happened? Well, this is the problem, Larry, again, because it's just, the judging is just some dude sitting on the edge of the cage watching a fight. So I think it's very often they go to the lesser criteria or plan B, because plan A does look so even. Especially when you've got fighters like Pantoja, Strickland, Adesanya, John Jones, where they fight to the level of their opponent. They end up being in visually even fights. How much money would it take for you to go... how How much money would it take for you to go to a annual never, mate. Absolutely never. We've been over this, Doug. Impact doesn't mean how hard a shot lands. It means the effect it has on the trajectory of the fight. I just said that, dude. I just said that, Larry. I agree. I don't know if you're just saying that to agree with me, but yeah, I agree. Volk versus Tapuria, Madrid, Spain. Book it. We got Ruben Carter in the house, boys. Big John is the don of MMA rules, and there's no one to a close second. I am Tim, because I know how to read them and interpret them, where Big John just says shit. Such a devious plan. It was good, wasn't it, Nacho? Mikhaev couldn't have been more difficult to deal with than John Jones. I know, Sniff. But the problem is, at least John Jones will, like, flying knee, wheel kick someone, you know, do some shit in the media. At least John Jones will be interesting. Mikhaev is just boring and a cunt. Like, you can't be like... Conor McGregor literally attacked other fighters in a fucking tour bus. It doesn't get worse than... He had glass sprayed into Michael Chies's eyes because he was on so much cocaine. You know what I mean? It doesn't get harder to deal with than Conor McGregor and 50 of Nate Diaz's mates always coming to the arena. But you can't do that and be a boring piece of shit. I blame the fighters for just burying their heads in someone's tits and landing pitter-patter shots, instead of actually passing guard like Dricus du Plessis and getting proper ground control and landing massive ground and pound. Yeah, it is the fight. Yeah, absolutely, Cayman. Especially, like, the rules aren't that fucking hard to read. You absolutely cheeky bastard. I've done it again, boys. At most, Big John dictated the rules. There is 0% chance he can read and write at an adult level. Wow, Mr. Bean hates Big John. I like it, mate. I think out of all the fights that we've talked about, Sean Strickland and Dricus du Plessis was the closest. I agree, Nacho. I think it was the closest, but I think when you understand what position the judge is in and how they come to their decisions, it was the clearest one to pick. I changed my pick to DDP by sub instead of KO. I think we'll actually jump on the back and get Strickland when he gives up his back to get to the sub. So do I. I've been thinking more and more it is going to be Dricus du Plessis via rear naked choke in the 3rd or the 4th round. I'm not saying we should... Let me catch up on all these chats. I'm not saying we should give the nod to 4 minutes of control over 1 minute of better, but I'm not better but not particularly damage striking. I'm just asking if we should have a real guideline, or is it better to just leave it as an eye test? I think it's just better to leave it as an eye test for now, to be honest. I think what we need is more education on how to read the scoring criteria. I think rather than seeing power slap commercials in between fights, we should be having like DC or Paul Felder remind the audience on ESPN and on Fight Pass, what is the scoring criteria? How do you score a fight? Consistently drill it into the audience. We have got 8.5 hour pay-per-views with a lot of downtime in between each fight, and we're filling it with fucking Jelly Bean giving away a Lamborghini. There is plenty of airtime to educate the fans on how to properly read the rule set. John Jones wouldn't ask for a picture to sucker punch someone like a Rita. Yeah, exactly. John Jones would just fucking sucker punch them, dude. Not even for $500 and a goodie bag to take home. No. Maybe for $500. Again, I was a plumber's apprentice. I've smelt some farts for less. Christian Gray says, you're crazy? Yeah, fair. Damage against wrestle fucking with no damage. I think we need to do a Weasley type analysis of these fights with everyone presenting their video evidence to support their claims. But again, Tim, the problem is you've got to have your scorecard handed in 30 seconds after that round finished. You know what I mean? I think Mikhaev should be in the UFC. He's not great, but at least he starts some shit in such a dead division. That is the better argument to it, Chess. Like, yes, he is boring, but it's better to have him in the UFC, bringing eyes to the UFC, than outside of it. Animals is my favorite, but Rockstar definitely goes hard in the paint. Rockstar, so is Animals. Yep. But he's a boring lay and pray kind of guy. I'd rather exciting strikers at the top of the flyweight division. I just have him in there, but belull him. Never give him a title shot, Nacho. You totally didn't say that's what impact meant. I thought it was pretty clear. You implied that it means who lands the harder shot. I'm pretty sure I said, Larry, impact is who is landing the harder shots or what is having a impact on the fight, like going for submission attempts and pushing the fight towards the finish. I'm pretty sure I said impact is striking and grappling, and it comes down to what is having an impact on the fight. I'm pretty sure that's what I said. I've been wrong before. I'll probably be wrong again in 5 minutes. Timmy, that's actually a good idea. Silly cunt believe Dana thought using a... I know, dude. Well, I don't believe your take on DDP and Sean Strickland, but I will definitely bet on it and play the Dougie odds properly like I should. Well, thank you, Timmy. I appreciate it, man. Everyone at heavyweight is more boring than Mikhaev. Yes. Don't ever disrespect the GOAT Mick Parkin again. Right, let's break down this bloody fight. Let's go back to this fight. There we go. We're talking about Mikhaev versus Perez. I want to see some stats. On Mikhaev versus Perez. I'm pretty sure this one was a clear robbery. Hang on, let me... Alex Perez versus Muhammad Mikhaev. I want to move, see far. I want to move, see far. Mikhaev, Perez. Oh, it all comes down to that last round, doesn't it? It all comes down to round 3. Jesus, man. When you do start to break down Mikhaev's stats, God, it kills me. God, it kills me. So where are we? Clinch. Muhammad Mikhaev, yeah. Ground. All the strikes are on the ground. And are they to the leg? They're not to the leg, but they are to the body. A lot of them are to the head. Ugh, it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. Someone tell me why this was a robbery, guys. Muhammad Mikhaev versus Perez. Why was this a robbery? They're not even to the... Like, they're not even a Merab Dvalishvili to the leg and to the body. Look here. They're not just a Merab Dvalishvili to the leg and to the body. They're like to the head. It's like he's holding him down and punching him to the head. I don't see the robbery here, boys. Someone tell me how this was a robbery. Mikhaev is the most boring flyweight in history. True, Timmy. True, but that doesn't mean he shouldn't be in the UFC. You have been warned, Dougie, about what, Chris Gray? What have I been warned about? Mick Parkin will come and haunt you in your dreams worse than DJ Aiden does. DJ Aiden sort of moved on from Dougie's corner. Now that he got his shout out, he's not even here. Where is he? It's the middle of the day. Where is DJ Aiden? Larry says, it seems like that you will say... Larry says, it seems like you'll say the decision was wrong even if the reasoning for it is something that would have been clear to the judges the moment if who you wanted to win is who lost. But won't when the person you prefer is who you got the decision. But it seems like you'll say the decision was wrong if the reasoning for it is something that wouldn't have been clear to the judges in the moment if who you wanted to win is who lost. But won't when the person... So you think I'm like picking and choosing how to read the rules depending on who I want to win? Is that what you're saying? I don't know. I wanted Pantoja. I wanted Urseg to beat Pantoja. I don't really give a fuck who wins. I truly don't give a fuck who wins out of Sean Strickland and DDP. I truly don't give a fuck who wins that fight. Yeah, I don't know, Larry. I don't know. I reckon there's a few heavyweights more exciting than Mikhaev. Aspinall. Then you'll say it was the right decision because it's what the judges saw in the moment. I get what you're saying. You think I'm like arguing the reading of the rules depending on who I wanted to win a fight. Who did I want to win this fight? I wanted Ursay. I wanted Aldo to win this fight, so that one could be argued. I wanted O'Malley to win this fight, so that one could be argued. I wanted Manel Cap to win this fight, but I can't find a way of saying that Manel Cap actually... I didn't transition. I can't find a way to say that Manel Cap did win that fight. I wanted Urseg to win that fight, and I truly don't give a fuck. I don't know, Larry. I don't know if I agree if I'm being that biased. I might be, but I feel like I'm being pretty unbiased, mate. The fight was so long ago and so shit that I don't think that I paid attention to it. Aiden is probably asleep. Aiden is probably in Dougie's attic waiting for him, waiting for Dougie to fall asleep. That's what that creaking was. Worst robbery was Emmett versus Mitchell. You're correct, Freddie. Mitchell should have gotten back up. Should have gotten back up. I think Dougie is normally pretty good about being unbiased, except for when it's his Poetan hatred. Yeah, I feel like I try and be unbiased. I don't know how we can give this one a robbery. I don't think you can give this one a robbery. I think these aren't robberies. These aren't robberies. Especially like when you're looking at the stats, like he's not marabbing the knee. I think these are legit fights that he's legit winning. I don't think these are robberies at all. I think these are just fans that hate Mikhaev. That's why they're popping up on the robberies tier list. But I don't think they're robberies when you really look at them. Now, this one, boys. This one, I'm excited to see what we reckon about this. Ian Gary versus MVP. When it comes to a robbery, who actually won this fight? Was this one a robbery? It's one of those ones where, like, if you pull up the stats, unfortunately the stats are just going to show a lot of strikes landing for MVP. But here's the thing. MVP did do a ton of damage in this fight when it was on the feet. And it's one of those ones where you're like, what has more impact on the fight? Larry, this is a great one for when it comes down to impact on the fight. Because Ian Gary was throwing up some submissions, but how good is Ian Gary at actually latching up those submissions? Were those submissions close to winning that fight? Or was Ian Gary just getting in a whole bunch of fucking control time? Where are the stats for this one? What are we going to do? We're going to do Gary versus MVP stats. Ian Gary versus Michael Venom Page. Robbery, MVP got it done, but he should have disengaged from the ground in round 3 when he had the chance to make the victory more clear. That is something that I very clearly remember, Nacho. There were times when MVP, and we were saying, MVP just has no idea how to get back up onto the feet. And it's, costing him this fight. It's not how to read the rules, it's just whether or not to say the judge's decision was right on the basis of what they saw in the moment. Right. I don't know, man. I don't know if I am that. I mean, it's hard to criticize my own bias. I'm sure I'm biased in certain fights. But yeah, dude, I don't know. Gary won rounds 2-1 in my honest opinion. Page had his moments, but not quite enough to win. Like you've said, O'Malley beat Merab after rewatching it many times, but just agreed earlier that if Dricker's eye had been swollen up like it was in round 2 instead of round 3, stating that it would have gone to Sean, but said the judges were right because they didn't see it when they scored the round. Yeah. So, in the O'Malley versus Merab one, I'm like, that one was a robbery because when you go watch it back, rather than being like, well, the judges in round 3. I get what you mean. However, in round 3, you got integrity, but we all have biases. That's true. I still think O'Malley versus, because here's the thing, right? I'm with you. But here's the thing, right? Visually, Merab is holding O'Malley down in a lot of the round and just kneeing him in the thigh. But Merab was very clearly rocked and hurt at the end of the 3rd round, which the judges could have seen. And I guess this is where, the true subjectivity of what the judges are saying and what they aren't saying is coming into it. Because if a shot doesn't look that big to the judges, it just doesn't look that big to the judges. And then you can give it to Merab based on the shots to the body that he was getting in round 3. So, having said that, Having said that, we're going to move what started off as an A-tier robbery to me. What started off as an A-tier robbery to me. Having said all of that with Larry, and this is why I like doing these tier lists when people persist and actually make a damn good argument for something, we're going to move it down to a B-tier robbery. I get what you're saying. So I'm going to make it a B-tier robbery. I still believe it was a robbery, but it really does come down to how do you see one particular shot at the very, very end of the third round. Well done, Larry. Well done. The biggest robbery of 2024 is inbred Islam over Alexa Grasso's feet after winning in a landslide. Number one, Yog, the voting hasn't closed yet. I'm going to let the members vote for their own emoji, mate. Their own emoji, okay? So the voting isn't over yet. Now, let's get us back to Ian Gary over Michael Venom Page. Holy shit. Look at this first round, guys. Look at this first round. 2-2 out of 6 strikes. What the heck? It's been 1 hour and Dougie's still streaming. This is not an emergency. DJ Allen really must have him hostage. Sunday, mate. Sunday. We can do a little bit more. Doubt that shout out wasn't enough for the guy. I know. Tell me about it. Oof. Oh, look at the strikes landed in that last round. And then what do we have? We got there must be the clinch. Sub attempts, 2 from Gary. 2 from Gary. We the people have spoken. You the people will speak. You will get your chance. York, you're not even a member, mate. And you think you're gonna have the final say on the members' own emoji? No, mate, it doesn't work that way. When we all watched it together, I'm pretty sure the consensus was 4-1 to Marab, maybe 3-2, but I don't think anyone had it for Sean. Yeah, true. That is true. When we all watched it, I was like, man, Marab really ran away with that. Back take at the end versus like 2 extra strikes by MVP. You got to lean, Gary. That is true. Dougie's in the same country as DJ Aiden. Yep. We need the Alexa Grasso feed emoji. Yog, you got to make alts, but Yog isn't a member. Like, you need to make alts and then buy a membership. The members will decide on their emoji on a community post. Vote at the end of this. Wonder if DJ Agent is... Yeah, of course, mate. Aside from all that was trolling, that might have been the Rick Allen. It could have been Rick Allen in the voting. Who knows? This one isn't a robbery. This one isn't a robbery. This one is a visually boring fight that MVP did not do enough to win. This one is not a robbery. In fact, I think our tier list has got to start to look something a little bit like this. Well, we just saw the stats, Laz, and MVP did so fucking little that Ian Gary at least attempting 2 decent sub attempts. It does sort of clear up that 50-50, like... It does clear up that if it looks visually even, what's having more impact? And that's the one. I think it's pretty obvious which one is going to go in S tier. This one. This is obviously going to go in S tier. We don't need to break this down. We don't need to talk about this. This is Cyril Gane versus Alexander Volkov. This is quite literally, I'm not joking, probably the biggest robbery in MMA history. I can't see. Now, I remember there was someone in the chat who was saying that Cyril Gane won this fight. I think it was Blueprint. I think Blueprint might have been the one who was saying Cyril Gane won this fight. I cannot think of anyone other than Blueprint who would think that Cyril won this fight. In fact, I would actually like to go and check out the decisions the decision, like on verdict, I would like to go and see like Gane versus Volkov media decisions and see if anyone had that going to Cyril Gane. MMA decisions. Here we go. Holy shit. No, this can't be right. I can't be reading that right. Let me read the... What the fuck? I cannot be reading that right. Let me read your chats. I think Gary versus MVP should have been a draw. Yeah. Not under the 10-9 must system, but if we had judging more like ones, it could have been a draw. Yeah, if we had judging more like ones, it could have been a draw. Larry, am I missing something here? Where is it? Here. Am I missing something here? Media scores. Media scores. Gone. 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 What? I'm sorry that I've gone quiet, but I'm like legitimately confused and scared about what is happening. Oh, this is the first one. Thank you so much. I thought I was doing so. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I was like, what the fuck am I looking at? Thank you. You're reading the first fight ticket. Thank you, boys. I was like, there must be. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I was like, this can't be right. My eyes went straight to like the media scores. I'm like, hang on, why does it all fucking say gone? Thank you. If Volkov coaches had remembered to do his hair between rounds, he would have easily won that one. That's what it should have been. I think Gane beat Francis, but not Volkov. That one is super close, Tim. That one is super fucking close. That one is like, every time I watch it, I'm pretty sure I come up with a new decision. Yep, dickhead. I think MMA Junkie were the only ones to score it for Gane. Absolutely dumbass moment. Nacho modding like a pro. Thank you, Nacho. Thank you. Yeah, so MMA Junkie was the only one to give it to Gane. Every other media member in the world gave it to Alexander Volkov. Insanity. Nacho modding like a pro. Why by calling me a dickhead? True, his hair wasn't whipping around from the shots, but the braids coming loose is a bad look. It is not a bad enough look to steal the fight. This has to go down as, I don't know, to me. I can't think of like a worse. I'm sure there are just as bad robberies, but considering that Alexander Volkov had fought his way back into the title picture at heavyweight, considering that all the implications this is having on his career, his age, who should be fighting next for the belt, this honestly is probably the worst robbery in my eyes in MMA history. And clearly is taking the biggest robbery of 2024 spot on S tier. Absolutely. I tried that in Rogan's voice, but I can see why it didn't come through. Oh, right. His hair wasn't ripping around from the shots, but the braids coming loose? That was a bad look. Dougie, what is your favorite place in Aussie land that you and Jamie have been to? There's a place, a campsite up on the Goulburn River called the Flowers Bag Campsite. I fucking love that campsite. It's got a nice valley that peaks down into the river. The campsite has got a nice big open car park where you park up and you can actually look at the river from the bed inside the van. And then the river has got a nice rock pool sort of bed that you can walk down to and jump in. Absolutely love that spot. Love it, love it, love it. While he was saying, gone, 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 a raven outside my window started calling in perfect unison. Now when someone says gone, I will hear the raven, gone, zero, gone, gone. Who remembers this one? Renat Frekretinov. Oh shit, that's Alexa Grasso's fate. We don't want that one. Carlos Leal. I remember being absurdly annoyed at Renat Frekretinov at this one. Where is that bastard? Let me bring up the stats. Hang on a second. Where are you, mate? There we are. Do you have a video to a link on here where I can watch it? Yeah, man. Yeah. Hang on. Let me pull it up. Let me grab it up for you, man. Where is it? Hang on. I just gotta find which road trip it was in. Hang on. Which road trip was it in? Wasn't the river. I'll have to look around for it because we've done so many videos. I literally don't remember which one it's in, dude. Sorry, man. I'll let you know, Chris. I'll let you know. I'll message you to you in the Discord. Renat's last 3 fights have been robberies. Even the Dos Santos fight should have been stopped. Yep. True. Do you think that two knockdowns in a round should be a 10-8? No, I don't think that's enough to be a 10-8, Nacho. I don't think that's enough to be a 10-8. No, it's got to be like 10-8 has got to be pretty much like you were nearly stopped and finished. That's what a 10-8 has got to be. Here we go. Carlos Leal. Pretty much. So round 2 was dead on 50-50. He outstruck Frekretinov in the first one. Let me guess. There was a bunch of control time for Renat Frekretinov. That would have been in that fucking last round there. I remember this one being a robbery. The problem is, it doesn't really matter too much. You know what I mean? It's not like a do or die sort of fight. Look at this one, though. Every single one of the media gave it to Carlos Leal. Every single one of them. Oh, shit. You guys can't see that. Look at this. On the decisions. Every single one went Leal, 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 Leal. They all gave it to Leal. When you break it down with the stats, it was like essentially a 50-50 fight, and they ended up just giving it to Kretinov just on the control time. This one's going to end up being a robbery. Ravens are super smart, man. CT robbery. Didn't affect too much people. Boys, I'm going to head to the bathroom. I'll be right back. I'm going to go take a piss. I'm back. I'm back. Relax. I'm back. What's up, Two Smelly Fingers? How are you, dude? The media are traitors. The reason MMA YouTube is a thing. That is true, Tim. That is true. The media bloody lie about everything, man. Ravens are super smart. They always mess up crows and other birds. They are so smart they even stole the moon. What do you mean they stole the moon, Christian Grey? Just piss on the floor like the MMA guru? No. That is disgusting. What's going on, Two Smelly Fingers? How you been, man? We demand floor bit. You guys are disgusting. Sean Woodson versus Alex Caceres. Who remembers this one? Let's bring up the stats. Let's bring up people's decisions. Hanging out down the street, same old thing as last week. Oh yeah, just kicking back, just nothing. Just hanging around. Nothing, just hanging around, just doing nothing. Hanging around. Oh! This one is a close fight when you look at the stats. Oh my god, this one is down to the wire when you look at the stats of this one. Sean Woodson versus Alex Caceres. So when you go and you look at the stats of this one, let's put this away here and bring this up, right? When you look at the stats of it, you got those last 2 rounds that are like absolutely 50-50 on the strike. Just put down a box of kitty litter under myself. That's not a bad idea, mate. I was thinking about maybe a doggy's puppy pad. Could work. 50-50 down the center. Jesus Christ. Significant strikes, 41-44. And even on the control time, Caceres ended up just squeezing out the control time. And then when you go and actually look at everyone's decisions, only 3 of the media members gave it to Woodson. And everybody else gave it to Caceres. Ooh. Me, Mr. Bean, you gave it to Caceres. This one stays higher. The Sean O'Malley Marab one stays higher because of the implications. But that one's a pretty bad one. You got control time for Caceres. You got the rounds being 50-50. That should be like an everything should seem to go Woodson's way. That's a bad one. That one we're going to put in the B tier. That one we're going to put in the B tier. All right, that's it. That's it. I think that's going to wrap up the UFC robberies tier list pretty bloody nicely, boys. Pretty bloody nicely. You got the worst robbery of 2024. Obviously is Gane versus Volkov. The least worst robbery is O'Malley versus DDP. And then Usyk versus Pantoja as the least worst robbery. Yeah. I think that's going to about do us for worst robberies tier list. I think that's probably going to do me for the stream as well. We've been going live for an hour and 40 minutes. Let me get back to the big normal screen. We've been live for an hour and 40 minutes, so that's going to do me. We're going to wrap it up. I want to thank you guys all for the O'Malley versus DDP. What do you mean O'Malley versus DDP mean, Mr. Bean? We're going to need like a little bit more context than that, mate. But that's going to do me for the live stream. Hour and 40 minutes. There's going to be another video on tomorrow. New video tomorrow. And a live stream tomorrow. There's going to be a few more live streams this week. Because, hey, it's the Christmas break. So we're going to stay live. We're going to be going live. It's going to be good. Thank you so much. You said O'Malley versus DDP was the least bad robbery. Oh, sorry, mate. I meant O'Malley versus Marab Divalashvili. Jamie's going to do you? Jamie's going to do you? What are you guys even talking about? I'm out of here, boys. It's been a good stream. On you, boys. There'll be another stream tomorrow. Mate, I never said I wanted to fight the bantamweight, mate. They're completely different things. There's going to be another stream tomorrow. I will catch you guys then. There will obviously be a video tomorrow. We're going to keep the content flowing over the Christmas and New Year's break. The next one that I got planned for you boys in the back end is going to be a fun one. The next one that I got planned for you boys is going to be a fun one. We are going to do a awards ceremony just before New Year's for the commenters. I was thinking about doing this rather than doing a best commenters tier list, which I kind of feel like I don't love to do. I don't want to rank you guys on commenters tier list. Instead, I've been thinking about some awards to give. So I'm going to be giving away some awards to the people in the comments section to wrap up the year. So while everyone is, while Lucas Tracy has done his MMA awards, and while Henry Cejudo and Kamaru Usman have done their awards, while everyone's been doing their awards about the actual fights themselves, I think I'm going to do some awards for you guys. So the next stream is going to be a Dougie's Corner Commenters Awards. You guys are going to be receiving your own awards. Let's go awards night. So either tomorrow's stream or Tuesday's stream is going to be a Dougie's Corner awards night for you boys. So that'll be the next one. Now, that means I got to get some shit ready on Canva on the back end. So that's what I'm going to be doing. And once I get that ready, it'll be an awards night for the boys. So dress up, look sharp, look good. And that'll be it. Until then, that's it for today's stream. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will see you all in the next video. Peace out. Later. Thanks for joining me. Thank you so much for all the donations. Nacho, as always, you always donate. Thank you for the donations. But thank you all for the donos. Fucking Giuliano Ascente for the big $50 one. Fucking crazy. And Tim, thank you for the memberships as well, man. I appreciate it. Sounds like a good time. See you, boys. Have a good one. The Loogies. Here comes the Dougie. That's right. It's going to be the Dougies Award. I'll see you boys in the next video. Peace. See ya.